What's up, everyone? I'm Simone Stanley, and this is HBCU Game Day here at Bill Evans Field, where the Virginia State University Trojans came down south to the ATL to take on the Clark Atlanta University Panthers. It was the season opener for both teams and also the season opener for HBCU Game Day baseball as well. The Trojans came away with a 12-4 win. But this matchup was super exciting, so we have to get right into all the action. Virginia State University freshman Tyron Hammond scored the first run of the game in the top of the first inning, and things got quiet up until the third inning when Clark took a 2-1 lead while working with 2 strikes. It was catcher Jakir Jackson who batted in freshmen Eason Bing and Herbert Dudley to put the Panthers on top for the first time in the game. It was DeAndre Swift who batted in freshman Justice Page on his first swing to put the Panthers up 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth. The fifth inning is when things got really interesting. It was back-to-back hits plus a walk that had the bases loaded for the first time in the game, with Trojans everywhere on the field. It was freshman sensation Tyron Hammond who came home on a walk to put the Trojans up 3-2. The bases were still loaded. Next to come home was sophomore Jack Newman after a bomb by senior Dawson Hawk. This tied the game at 3-3 with 2 runners on base for the Trojans. Junior Jalen Lovett was walked to keep the bases loaded. It was freshman pitcher Jordan Dixon from Clark who was able to pitch the Panthers out of this situation with the help of his infield. Clark was able to load the bases up in the bottom of the fifth, and it was Khalil Manuel who came home off of an error to put the Panthers back on top 4-3 as we headed into the top of the sixth inning. Tyron Hammond walks on base, and Avonta Banks comes home off of a successful bunt from sophomore Emmett Jefferson to tie the game 4-4. Hammond then comes home next off of an error to put the VSU Trojans up 5-4. Following that was back-to-back walks that had the bases loaded again for the Trojans, and it was a walk that brought home sophomore Emmett Jefferson to put the score 6-4 in favor of the Trojans. After the Clark Atlanta University Panthers went scoreless in the bottom of the sixth, the Trojans came back out hot in the top of the seventh when freshman Tyron Hammond hit a bomb to bring home Avonta Banks and bring the score to 7-4 in favor of Virginia State. Hammond then came home off of a hit by Emmett Jefferson to raise the score 8-4. It was junior Ricky Jones who brought home sophomore Emmett Jefferson to put the Trojans up 9-4, and the Trojans kept rolling from there. The final score, 12-4, in favor of the Trojans as the Clark Atlanta University Panthers went scoreless in the bottom of the ninth. All right, everyone, I'm joined by the winning coach, head coach Merrill Morgan of the Virginia State University Trojans. 12-4 win here tonight. Coach, first thing I have to ask you, y'all came down from Virginia to Atlanta. Did you expect it to be this cold?
No, ma'am. We thought we was coming to some nice warm weather, but you know, I think it's the same at home, about 30, 40 degrees, so it was real tough this morning.
It was definitely tough. Definitely a cold one, but you guys came out with the win. Season opener, you get a dominant win. How important is it to start the season off like this?
Yes, it's very important to get many wins as you can early. I thought we started off a little flat, and then as the games went on, I think we played a lot better.
So you guys came out, you scored the first run of the game, then the game got cold, a defensive show for about 3 or 4 innings. Then the fifth inning, you guys exploded offensively. How were you able to shift that momentum right there?
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of pitchers, and the more pitches we saw, the better we got, you know, making adjustments and putting the ball in play. And I think that we had Tyron Hammond. I think he set the tone for us. Our leadoff batter has a lot of big hits for us. He kind of set the tone and got everybody else going.
And he's a freshman or sophomore?
Yes, ma'am. He's a freshman.
Freshman. Sensation. He had a lot of big plays for you guys. How important is he going to be throughout the season?
Yes, he's going to be one of our better players. We're going to lean on him pretty much all season, and hopefully he can continue to do what he's doing. I think Nick Wolfbrook, our pitcher, was outstanding today. You know, to come in and throw strong 6-7 innings on the first outing was awesome. So if he can continue to do that, and we can get a couple other guys to do that, I think we'll do okay.
So it's the first game of the season. What are you most proud of from the team today?
The way they battle. They got down by a few runs, but they kept battling and trying to put hits together, bats together, and pitching was outstanding.
It was definitely outstanding. It was a 12-4 win, a lot to be proud of, but was there anything that stood out that you want the guys to work on going forward in the season?
Oh yeah, we definitely need to get better defensively. We still have to make the routine plays, just focus more. I think it was just being out first time, not ready to play. We haven't been on the field a lot, because of the weather, but I think as the time goes on, the team will get a lot better.
Guys, I have Coach K.C. Carter, head coach of the Clark Atlanta University Panthers. Coach, first game of the season, it was a tough loss, but what was the positives that you saw from your guys today? Young team, like we've talked about before.
Yeah. So, starting pitching was a plus. His first outing of the year, we've only been outside. Well, we've only practiced for about a week, so he was on the pitch count. But that's one positive. We played decent defense. I got to get the outfield together. And we had a couple of positive at-bats. So we're just happy to get back out practicing. I'm still sweating.
One of the biggest things I noticed from the team today, the dugout was very energetic pretty much throughout the game. Is that something that you're harping on, or are those guys just naturally rowdy?
Well, that's something that they talk about, just being in the game. Being behind each other, fighting for each other. And just always, thinking we can come back and win, or just, keeping the energy. But that's something that's been talked about. So they do it on their own.
So what do you want the identity of this team to be for the rest of the season?
Pitch and play defense. We got to be able to throw strikes. We got to be able to play defense. And if we can do that, we'll get some timely hits and win the game and win some ball games. That didn't happen today. We played well the first 5 2/3 innings, and then from there, the bullpen kind of let us down. I think we might have had 12 to 15 walks after the 5th inning.
Well, it's a long season, Coach. I'm sure you're going to get things together before y'all get in the conference play. I got the confidence, and I see the potential in the team. Guys, I'm Salon Stanley. This is head coach Carter, head coach of the Clark Atlanta University Panthers. Thank you guys so much for joining us.